Right, well, I view my job as the primary tester as kind of a customer advocate. So my job is to advocate for the customer, make sure that what we put out works for them and makes sense to them in the way it works. So when all these things are working, we go from macro testing to micro testing, which means we make sure that the general focus of the app is working. If it's a backup app, if it's a sync app, we make sure that that functionality is working, with all those various tests we've talked about. And then I go, down to the micro, which is, hey, does that button make sense? Is that phrasing right? Would that be confusing? I've had a lot of, experience with, technical consulting and helping people understand how to use their computers and how to use applications. And, just because we as programmers and people in the tech industry understand something, it certainly doesn't mean that a mom, on her lunch break knows, how to sync an application because it says sync all records here. What's a record? Is that a contact? Is that a contact? Is that an appointment? So I want to make sure that the terminology that we use is going to make sense to an everyday user that has limited technical experience. And when we get past the macro testing, where it's, the functionality's there and it's working and it's robust, then, I concentrate on the buttons, the labels. Would you find this button where it is without having to look through the manual, or would you have to, dig through the help file to find out? And if that's the case, we need to change it, because it should be intuitive enough that, oh, that makes sense, connect, that I know what connect means, or sync all contacts, I know what that means, as opposed to sync all records or sync all data. Just little things like that I think make a big difference in the usability of an application.